Stay safe.
Stay active.
And stay healthy.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Barrett from PASS, Physical Activity and Sports Specialist, and we hope you're keeping safe, active and healthy at home or at school. This PE lesson is aimed at children in years 3 and 4, and it's one of our fitness lessons. In this particular PE lesson, we're going to be recapping about what we learned in lesson 1 about warm-ups and why they are so important. And we're going to be looking at some different types of warm-ups and in particular fusion warm-ups today. For this PE lesson, you won't need any specialised equipment. You just need a nice clear space around you where you can move and make sure you're not going to knock into anything or knock anything over. A water bottle, if you want to have that handy in case you need it during the session, and just one random piece of equipment, and I've chose to use a shoe. You could use your water bottle, you could use your shoe, a cushion, anything you like. So if you want to pause the video, make sure you've got a nice clear space and water, and then we'll get ready to go. Welcome back, year 3 and 4. Hopefully you're all ready now with all the equipment that you need and a nice clear space. So before we warm up, we're going to recap what we learned about warm-ups in our first fitness lesson. And we were talking about why we warm up. What's the point? Always at the start of a PE lesson, our teachers will say, it's time to warm up, or before our activities that we do outside of school. But what's the point? Why do we do it? Wonder how much you can remember. If you've got somebody at home that you can talk to, maybe you could pause the video and have a discussion about why we warm up. I'll give you a clue. 3 main parts of the body that we need to make sure we switch on and are ready when we do our warm up. What are those 3 parts of our body? Okay, I wondered if you can remember 1, 2, or maybe all 3 parts of our body that we need to make sure are ready in our warm up. The first one is our hearts. We need to make sure our hearts are warm, okay? And we need to make sure that our heart is beating faster. And by doing exercise, we start to raise our heart rate or our pulse, and that gets more blood pumped around our body to the muscles and areas of the body that we need it, like our lungs. So we need to make sure we get our heart beating faster. That's a key part of a warm-up. What's another part of our body that we need to make sure that we switch on and get nice and warm? Muscles. This is the one that everyone seems to remember. We need to make sure our muscles are nice and warm before we do PE or our activity. If our muscles aren't warm, then we can cause ourselves an injury by overstretching them and straining them, which we definitely don't want to do. So it's really important that our muscles are nice and warm and ready by doing some nice stretching activities. Okay, what was the third part of our body that we need to make sure we switch on and are ready in our warm-up? Our brains. We need to switch on our minds to make sure that we're ready and energized for our PE lesson or whatever activity we're going to be doing. So heart, muscles, brain. Okay, so what we're going to do to start with is I'm going to do a warm-up with you, and hopefully you're going to enjoy the warm-up and join in and have a go at copying my actions when I do them. At the end of the warm-up, I'm going to ask you whether you think it moved your heart, your muscles or your brain the most. So which one did it switch on the most out of those 3 parts of your body? Okay guys, let's go over to our clear space and get ready to copy me. So this is called copy me. So I'm going to do an activity and I'd like you to copy me, and if I change my activity, I'd like you to change it to so it looks the same. Let's begin by just gentle jogging on the spot to start with, moving your thumbs from hips to lips, landing nice and softly on your feet. Remember, if I change my action, you change yours, so it looks the same. Good job. Hopefully we're all now doing a jumping jack at the same time. So going out and in with our arms and our legs. High knees this time. Can you get your knees up higher than before? Landing nice and softly. Okay, can you do a ski jump or ski bounce? 2 feet to 2 feet. Bend those knees as you land. Feet close together, knees close together. Okay, still jumping, but now twisting from our waist. Twist jumps. Okay, this time, flicking our heels to our bottoms, so heel flicks or butt kickers. Okay, the next one, we're going to touch the floor, explode up tall. Touch the floor, jump up tall. Bend your knees as you land. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to stop there, guys. Hopefully, you're feeling as warm as I am. If you want to grab a quick drink, please do. And as you're starting to get your breath back, I wonder in that warm-up, do you think it worked your heart, your muscles, or your brain the most? Let's have a think. It probably worked a lot of them. I hope that it worked a bit of all of them. But there was one more than the others. What do you think it was? Hopefully you agree with me that it was your heart. It got your heart beating pretty fast. You got your lungs working hard as well, because my breathing is much deeper and heavier now as well. So hopefully you agreed that it raised our heart rate or pulse, that activity. Okay, it didn't work our brain as much, although we did have to copy and make sure we switched the exercises when we saw them. And maybe it worked muscles a fair bit too, but definitely heart the most. Okay, our next warm-up. I want you to have a go, and then at the end we're going to think about, did it work the heart the most, the brain the most, or the muscles the most? For this one, we're going to start on one side of the space and travel along in a certain way. So let's get ready. Okay, we're going to move in a walking lunge for this one. So we're going to start with our feet together, we're going to step forward, and we're going to bend the back leg and bend the front leg, and try and do opposite knee to opposite elbow. So I've got my left knee and my right elbow. And then I'm going to step forward the back leg and switch. Opposite knee to opposite elbow. If you come to the end of the space, just turn around and do your walking lunge going backwards. Okay, so slow and low is the key. There's no rush, guys. Make sure what you're doing is really good quality. Slow and low. Okay, so that was our walking lunge. The next one we're going to do, year 3-4, is a sumo walk. So we're going to start with our feet apart, bends the knees, and we're going to turn 180 degrees or a half turn to face the other way. Let's go. So we're pivoting on our foot to turn our body. Again, staying slow and low throughout. Good job, everybody. Slow and low. Well done. Okay, the last one we're going to do in this part of the warm-up is we're going to find a wall and have a go at a wall sit, okay? So in a minute I'm going to go over to the wall. It's really important that we keep our back flat on the wall and try and come down at a right angle or 90 degrees at our knee, okay? And try and see if you can hold that shape without bending your back and really not losing that technique. So it's really important because this could put strain on your knees. So as I come over to the wall, I'm going to have to move my camera a little. I'm going to come down to the wall, back straight, come down, so I've got a right angle or 90 degrees at my knee, and my back is against the wall, okay? It's up to you what you do with your arms. You can fold them, you can have them out to the side, have them on your thighs. It's up to you, okay? And we're just going to stay here for a few more seconds in this part of the warm-up. How are we doing, guys? Hope everybody's still holding this position. Yeah, I hope everybody's keeping their back against the wall and keeping that right angle at their knee. Okay, we're going to count down from 5 to 1, and then we're going to gradually stand up. Let's do this slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, slide back up and come back down and give yourself a rest. Okay, grab a drink if you would like one, and then we'll be talking about what part of our body we think we work the hardest in that warm-up. Right, guys, so what do we think? Was it our heart, was it our muscles, or was it our brain in that particular warm-up? I think muscles too. Not so much your arm muscles, but definitely the muscles in your legs. My muscles in my legs were shouting at me in our wall sit. These muscles here, which are called your quadriceps, quads, the ones at the front of your thigh. They worked really hard in all 3 of those different exercises that we did. So hopefully you kept up with me and your muscles worked hard too. Don't be surprised that they might ache a little bit tomorrow or the next day, but that's fine. It just means you've worked them really hard. Okay, guys. For the next part, we're going to be looking at how we might be able to combine our head, our muscles, and our heart in something called a fusion warm-up. So fusing means putting things together. So the best quality warm-ups turn on all three parts of our body, not just our heart, not just our muscles, not just our brain, all three parts. So now I'm going to show you our fusion warm-up. Okay, welcome back year 3 and 4. We're now going to be talking about our fusion warm-up, where we're linking together, turning on our heart, our muscles and our brain in a warm-up, because that's the best quality warm-up we can do. For this warm-up, you will need your object. So I've got my shoe. If you want to grab a shoe, that would be great, or water bottle, cushion, whatever you would like to use. Okay, we're going to move back to our space and start doing little fast feet on the spot, which is going to look like this. And whilst you're doing your little fast feet, you need to be holding your objects in the air. So can you copy me, guys? So that's pretty simple. Soon it will get the heart beating faster, but at the moment, I'm not sure we're necessarily working our muscles that much or our brain. So how can we turn this simple warm-up that raises our heart rate into a fusion warm-up? Okay, so what we're going to be doing now is we're going lower to the floor, which is going to work the muscles more, and you need to listen carefully to the commands that I say, which is going to switch that brain on too, guys. So around the space is where you're going to place your object, okay? If I say right, you're going to place your object to the right. You're going to put it down, pick it back up, and come back to the middle. If I say left, you're going to place your object to the left, pick it back up, carry on doing your shuffling. If I say front, you put it down in front of you, and if I say back, you put it down behind you. So think of it like a clock face. So right, left, forward, back, or front, back. Okay? Each time coming back to the middle with those fast feet. So in fact, I think we might start without the fast feet, and then we'll add the fast feet. So let's all start in this position holding our equipment, and I'm going to say one of those 4 commands. Can you quickly put your shoe down or your equipment down, come back to the centre, get ready for the next one. Right, left, back, forward, forward, right, right, back, left, left, right, forward, forward. Whew, take a rest there. Were you keeping up with me, guys? Hopefully you were. So now, not only is our heart beating faster, but hopefully, as we were leaning down and lunging to the side and forwards and backwards, hopefully you're starting to feel that in your muscles too. And it definitely worked my brain, because I had to think about, where am I going next? And really listen carefully. So we're going to try that again. Now it's up to you. You can do it with just keeping your body still in the middle, or you can have a go at doing it with shuffle feet in the middle if you're feeling nice and energetic. So choose your level, year 3, 4, and we're going to have another go. I'm going to try my shuffle feet this time. So I'm going to do little fast feet, holding my object, switching my brain on, ready to hear that first command. Left, left, front. Try not to throw your equipment down, make sure you placed it down and pick it back up. Right, right, front, front, back, back, left. Whew, it's definitely tougher doing those shuffle feet than it was before. So if you had a go, well done to you. If you didn't, don't worry, that's something you can maybe build up to. Whew, okay, grab a quick drink if you'd like one. And now we're going to be thinking about you guys. So can you come up with your own fusion warm-up? I've done all the work so far. So now for the next part, it's going to be over to you guys. So can you think of something you can do safely in your space where you're going to get your heart beating faster, your muscles ready, whether they be in your arms, legs, wherever, and your brain in gear and in check? Think about some of the warm-ups that you might do in your PE lessons or in your extracurricular clubs and clubs at the weekend, and see if you can maybe put those together, or maybe even come up with a completely new idea. It's up to you if you use some equipment at home, as long as you're keeping yourself safe. So have a think. You might want to plan it, share ideas with the people around you. What's your fusion warm-up going to look like? Welcome back, year 3 and 4. I so wish I could see your fusion warm-ups, but hopefully you can show somebody at home, and maybe when you get back to school, you might have an opportunity to do some warm-ups in your PE lesson. And you can tell your teacher, I've got a great idea, I've got a fusion warm-up that's going to turn on our heart, our muscles, and our brain. And I think that's really going to impress your teachers. Okay guys, we're going to finish with a cool down because you've worked super hard today and you've worked your body and your brain. So we're going to slowly cool our bodies down. Let's begin with a gentle shoulder roll going backwards, nice and slow and controlled. And while you're doing this guys, breathe in through your nose deeply and out through your mouth. And now we're going to go forwards with those shoulder rolls. Good job guys. Excellent. Now you're going to pick up one of your feet, pull it toward your knee, towards your chest, and try and stay balanced on the other leg. Don't forget to breathe, guys. And let's switch legs. While we do this, you might want to circle those ankles as well. And let's go back to the other leg to circle those ankles too. Well done, guys. Now we're going to go down into the floor, into a butterfly stretch. So soles or bottoms of the feet together. And gently just bring those knees up and down, pulling down the groin or inner thigh muscle. Again, don't forget to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And then we're going to gently tilt our head to one side, stretching out our neck muscles, and hold, and over to the other side, and hold. Last one we're going to do, guys, is just see if we can join our fingers in the centre part of our back, gently on one side, and then the other side. One side is always more trickier than the other. Wow guys, you've done such a good job. I hope you've enjoyed having a go at some of your own fusion warm-ups today, guys, rather than just copying mine, and hopefully you will get the chance to show them. Until next time, stay safe, stay active, stay healthy.